We've been tracking storms all day long, including a storm that caused this damage in Delta Township on the west side of Lansing.
You're looking at video from storm teammate chaser Rob Dale. It shows damage at a lumber yard there. It's a little too early to tell if this was caused by a tornado, but there was rotation on radar when that storm moved through.
And now tonight we are tracking more storms. Let's turn things over to Kyle Underwood for an update on this. Kyle?
Brian and Sue, by my count, this is round number 4 for today. A very active day of strong storms and severe weather here across West Michigan. And now we have severe thunderstorms warnings active for Kalamazoo, Van Buren, Cass, and Berrien County. Let's start with Storm Track Live. Look at all this lightning. Over the last half hour, we've seen 6,000 strikes of lightning across Berry, Allegan, Kalamazoo, Northern Cass, St. Joseph, and Van Buren, as well as Berrien County. So these storms are really producing a great light show for us. A lot of loud thunder with this storm system across, especially Kalamazoo County. And just now, a report of some minor flooding taking place in Kalamazoo, which is no surprise because we had almost half an inch of rain in 10 minutes. Right now, the National Weather Service reporting some minor flooding taking place on Parkview Road occurring near Oakland Drive, where the water is about a foot deep. Also noteworthy, I'm tracking a thunderstorm cell that has a little bit of rotation with it. Let's focus in on this. This is in southern Kalamazoo County, and in fact, the National Weather Service just posted a tornado warning for it. This storm cell is producing rotation. This is just near Galesburg, and I was just looking at this and curious about this cell because we are seeing some indication of rotation. And when you look at the composition of the atmosphere tonight, it's not a surprise the Weather Service posts this warning here because we have had what could be deemed tornadic damage near Lansing earlier tonight, so the atmosphere is right. And so if you're watching this from parts of Kalamazoo County, you're now under a tornado warning. Again, this is just to the east of the city of Kalamazoo. First things first, I want to track this storm. It's moving off to the east-northeast, putting a track on the part that's rotating. Again, this is just to the east of Kalamazoo. So actually, in terms of tornado in the city of Kalamazoo, you're in the clear right now. I don't suspect the greatest danger is for you, but Howlandsburg and Gull Lake, you're going to want to be taking shelter right now, making sure you're not inside, stay away from windows, head to an interior room of your house or the basement. If you have a TV down there, you can also watch us live. We'll be streaming. We'll get the stream up on woodtv.com or on your mobile app. So this is a dangerous situation here. We did see what looked like could have been weak tornado damage here in eastern Kalamazoo, near Lansing in Clinton County earlier this evening, and now the National Weather Service has posted this tornado warning for Kalamazoo County. So what we have radar up here, I want to flip over to the chat page here and get you verbatim, because this is brand new information, get you verbatim what the National Weather Service is saying about this storm. Pulling that up right now, the tornado warning goes until 12:15, so a little bit after midnight. This is covering northern Kalamazoo County. That's what you're seeing on the screen there, here near Gull Lake, east of the city of Kalamazoo. Also, southwestern Berry County and northwestern Calhoun County. Doppler radar indicated tornado, of course, and this goes until 12:15 a.m. Now, the wider view of what's going on shows that we're under a severe thunderstorm watch here. This is for all of these areas that are shaded in the light orange, but the tornado warning itself is for eastern Kalamazoo, northwestern Calhoun, and southern Berry County. So I want to pull up some tornado safety tips here for you in case you're watching this from these areas. This is a time where you're going to want to grab your family and make sure you're in a safe place. Now again, you know, we all have this heightened tornado awareness because of what happened last week in Moore, and that was an entirely different type of tornado situation. This, according to what I'm seeing on radar right now, looks like the kind of situation where it could produce damage like what we saw earlier in Lansing. You saw that video just a couple of minutes ago, and it's entirely possible this could be a powerful enough storm to destroy outbuildings, to cause significant damage to your home. We're not expecting a wide swath of damage from this setup, but this is a situation here where you're going to want to take shelter immediately and make sure that you're certainly away from windows. You know, research actually shows the instinct is that people have this instinct they want to go outside and have a peek. It's dark out. We're seeing this on radar. We're seeing strong winds rotating right now. And so if you're watching this from northeastern Kalamazoo, east of the city of Kalamazoo, make sure you're in a safe spot and you have your family all taken care of. no doubt you're hearing sirens right now, and we know that when we have these types of situations, a lot of people tune in because they're awakened by the sirens, or they're doing something else and they hear the sirens go off, they turn into the news. So if you're just joining us, again, we have a tornado warning that's going until 12:15 for northeastern Kalamazoo County. This does not, the warning technically does include the city of Kalamazoo, but the greatest threat is not in the city of Kalamazoo. We've had a couple of sweeps of radar here, so what I'm doing is looking at what's called radial velocity. It shows us the winds within the storm. We're not seeing strong gate-to-gate shear. That's an indication of the strongest part of the storm. We're not seeing that per se, but a couple of cells here worth watching where we see some reds and greens coming together. Those are the cells that we're watching for the threat for tornadoes. So a couple that I'm going to highlight here, one in southwestern or southern Berry County, right here along M37, and then the other cell here north of Gull Lake, east of Kalamazoo, and north of Galesburg. Both of these have the potential for producing spin-ups or rotation. Let's track these one more time. I'm going to go one by one here for these cells. First, the one in Berry County. They're both moving to the east-northeast at about 35 miles per hour. This is going to be into Kalamazoo about 20 minutes from now. Southern Berry County, Assyria in 7 minutes, Lacey in 5 minutes. Now we're into Eaton County and Ellinger in about 24 minutes. Carlisle and Charlotte in 24 minutes. Here's Charlotte actually half hour from now. And Chester in 31 minutes. Now to the cell here in Kalamazoo County. This is again northeastern Kalamazoo County, and if you're hearing sirens from Kalamazoo City proper, I want you to know that the tornado threat does not cover you, even though parts of the city of Kalamazoo are under this tornado warning. Howlandsburg in about 4 minutes, Gull Lake about 8 minutes from now, Yorkville 7 minutes from now, Level Park in about 16 minutes, Urbandale in about 19 minutes, and here's Bedford 21 minutes from now. Just to recap, this is a Doppler radar indicated tornado. We haven't had a report of a tornado. When you see a situation like this where we're seeing on radar that well, let me put it this way. When we have a situation where we're seeing a tornadic storm on radar, that doesn't mean there's a tornado on the ground, but it's a situation that's serious enough where you're going to want to make sure your family's in a safe spot. Grab a weather radio, turn your TV up very loud, get down in the family room in the basement if there are no windows. You just want to be away from windows. You want to be in a safe spot. If you can go under stairways, that's a great spot to be. If you have an interior room in your home, that's going to be a good spot to be. Under heavy furniture would be a good spot to be. If you're in a mobile home, hopefully by now you already have a plan and you know what to do. You should not be in a mobile home, because these storms, even mobile homes, even with storms like this, tornadoes in West Michigan, generally EF0s and EF1s, the overwhelming majority are on the weaker side of tornadoes, nothing like what we saw in Moore. But tornadoes that strong can easily damage or totally destroy a mobile home. So this is a great time to take shelter, especially if you live in a mobile home. You do not want to be in a mobile home during these kind of events, because those tend, just anecdotally, seem to be magnets for these types of storms. Again, generally weaker tornadoes, but definitely powerful enough to do significant damage. Now, the threat with being next to a window is if you get a flying object going through the air. Now, keep in mind, a weak tornado can still produce a 75, 80, 85 mile per hour wind gust, and that's enough to knock off a tree branch, pick up lawn furniture, whip that through a window. Think about the shards of glass that are going to be flying. This could potentially be a dangerous situation. Now, let's go back to graphics one more time. I want to review some of the safety rules here. You want to be in your tornado shelter, which again is going to be an interior room until we get the all clear, which is at the very latest, it's going to be 12:15, but it could go earlier than that. I'm getting a note now that sirens are going off. Brian and Sue perhaps have an update on that, so we'll get over to them in a second. I'm getting a note now that sirens are going off where this tornado warning is being located. A basement, lowest level in your house, an interior room. Stay away from windows. Make sure your head is protected. Again, a tornado warning because of a Doppler radar indicated tornado for northeastern Kalamazoo, Calhoun, northern part of Calhoun. This includes the city of Battle Creek and also southern Berry County. We're getting a new sweep of radar data in here, so let's go in a little bit closer here. We'll highlight some of the streets that are involved here. We'll start with Kalamazoo County here. Let's see, we're along Kalamazoo County. And we're not going to be able to get roads to come up, but you can see Richland, Gull Lake here, Turner's Corner, Richland Junction. This is one area of rotation, and then another area of rotation that we're watching very carefully near Assyria and Lacey Banfield. This is the western Eaton, southern Berry County section of this storm. Tracking this storm, the two areas of concern will start in Kalamazoo, northeastern Kalamazoo County with this new radar sweep here. You can see that's going to be out to Lacey in about half an hour, Bedford 20 minutes. Now, Midland Park, Yorkville, and Gull Lake, you're all right in the heart of this storm, so you want to be taking shelter and away from windows and interior room of your house immediately. Southern Berry County, we'll track this one more time because this area of the storm is also rotating. We're just south of Nashville here in Berry County. Lacey, again, with this particular cell in Assyria, take shelter immediately. You're in the danger zone right now. Places into Eaton County, you have more like 15 or 20 minutes here. Charlotte's about 30 minutes away, in fact, and there has been no tornado warning issued for that particular cell. Again, recapping the wider situation of what's going on here, you can see the tornado warning that popped up here about 10 or 15 minutes ago. Kalamazoo County, you're already under that severe thunderstorm warning. Heavy rain, a ton of lightning. I'll flip on lightning so you can see that right now. That's going to be the one noticeable thing. If the tornado sirens are not waking you up, this thunder will, because it is very heavy lightning and thunder, torrential rainfall taking place right now. And also we have severe thunderstorm warnings posted for southern Cass and Berrien County.